Welcome to a day in my life as a flight attendant.
Access to Tokyo, Japan as a regular passenger in the entire world. Up to 2,000 people can cross.
It was so spacious. I'm like 175 for reference and it was perfect for me.
I'm here to go to this park called BGJ.
If you are going to grab one thing from 7-Eleven, let it be those Japanese pancakes. Seriously, grab like 10 for my bag for the flight home.
What I noticed about Tokyo is the city is super clean and the people are so nice and so polite.
皆さん、こんにちは。米国通信のチャンネルにようこそ。私はマリアです。今日はね、世界中のフライトアテンダントたちの間で話題になっているとあるテーマの動画について話したいと思います。テーマはズバリ、日本行きのフライトに乗務することになった時の輝かしい時間です。日本の皆さんはどう思いますか？そんなに日本って人気なの？って感じですよね。でもね、これが本当にすごいんです。世界中の CA たちが日本民に乗務して日本での時間を楽しめると知った瞬間、もう大騒ぎになるんですよ。今日はそんな世界中の CA たちが日本を楽しんでいるリアルな声を一緒に見ていきましょう。まず最初に、日本に着いたけど電車の乗り方がわからなくて困ってた CA です。なんと知らない男性が10分間も付きっきりで教えてくれたっていうんです。これは女性のことをナンパなんでもないです。日本人って本当に親切だなって思います。
Part 2 of my layover in Tokyo, Japan. We could not figure out what train to get on, so a nice man had to stop and help us for 10 minutes to make sure we got to Akihabara, which is a super popular area. It has lots of games like these claw machines. You can win prizes from small to really big plushies. I won this little cat and Jalen won this green action figure, and we stopped and found our favorite game that we played for an hour. We took our photos in a cute little photo booth. Took another train to Shibuya Crossing. This is the largest pedestrian crossing in the entire world. Up to 2,000 people can cross this street at one time. To end the night, we got to cook our own dinner and stopped at 7-Eleven where I got this rice snack and a mochi donut.
日本って街中に自販機がそこら中にあって、しかも冷たい飲み物だけじゃなく温かい飲み物まで買えますよね。海外ではほぼ存在しない文化なんですよ。これ、噛みすぎって言葉が出るのわかる気がします。
Der zweite Tag hat bei uns direkt mal mit einer View gestartet und zwar sind wir hoch auf das Regierungsgebäude gefahren. Wusstet ihr übrigens, ich glaube, das ist noch ein kleiner Geheimtipp, dass ihr hier einfach kostenlos hochfahren könnt und eine mega View über ganz Tokio habt. Wer also kein Ticket für den Skytree bekommen hat oder sich das Geld sparen möchte, der sollte hier auf jeden Fall mal vorbeischauen. Wir sind dann weitergelaufen zu einem Café, das wir uns rausgesucht hatten und mussten unbedingt an so einem Automaten halten. Die stehen hier einfach überall in Tokio und ich finde es so cool, weil es gibt nicht nur kalte, sondern auch heiße Getränke, also einfach mal einen Tee to go holen. Wie cool ist es? Taste Test bekommt ihr auf TikTok. Und dann sind wir auch irgendwann mal beim Café gelandet, das Café Lambert. Das haben wir beide auf TikTok vorher gefunden und es ist einfach mega schön. Ich liebe diesen Interior und dieses Ästhetische. Leider konnten wir kein Matcha trinken, weil irgendwie alles nur mit Reservierung möglich war. Das wussten wir vorher nicht. Also falls ihr da vorbeischauen möchtet, dann merkt euch das. Deshalb gab es dann einfach so ein Steamed Bun mit rote Bohnenpaste und Sesam von 7-Eleven, finde ich auch lecker. Und ich liebe es, dass hier überall in Tokio in der Stadt einfach so kleine Tempel stehen. Die nennen sich übrigens Shrine und das ist in Asien eigentlich, glaube ich, generell. Ist auf jeden Fall sehr schön anzuschauen. Wir sind dann weiter in den Stadtteil Daikanyama gefahren und da gab es auch endlich Matcha und Matcha Cake, der war echt lecker. Und ja, dann sind wir einfach ein bisschen durch die Gegend gelaufen, haben uns die Läden angeschaut. Ich mache das in Städten richtig gerne, dass ich einfach ein bisschen rausfahre und mir da die Gegenden anschaue, weil meistens sind die viel cooler als die touristischen Viertel. Und jetzt Back to Touri-Programm. Leute, ihr seid nicht ready für diesen Laden, der ist einfach anders wild. Über 7 Floors gibt es hier alles. Sogar Süßkartoffel im Store, Beauty, Technik, keine Ahnung, you name it. Es gibt hier wirklich nichts, was es nicht gibt. Und das Beste ist, aus jedem Eck schreit ich einfach irgendeinen Bildschirm an. Mit Chatlag sehr zu empfehlen. Not. Aber es ist auf jeden Fall eine Erfahrung, die man mal gemacht haben muss, finde ich. Wir haben übrigens nach Level 3 aufgegeben, weil es uns dann irgendwann echt zu viel wurde. Und außerdem hatten wir auch Hunger und deshalb sind wir vegane Dumplings essen gegangen. Mega lecker. Ich esse nämlich nicht so viel Fleisch und Fisch und deswegen finde ich es nicht immer so leicht in Japan was zu essen zu finden, aber den Laden kann ich echt empfehlen.
続いて、普段 CA として働いてる人が乗客として JAL の飛行機に乗ってみて圧倒的に上のレベルと感じたっていう話です。CA として5年のキャリアを持つ人が言ってるから説得力がすごいんですよ。
Welcome back to another commercial day as a flight attendant. Today, I'm flying from Dallas, Texas to Tokyo, Japan as a regular passenger, and I have a 13-hour flight. I believe this is my first time flying Japan Airlines. I don't remember flying on them before, but the service was amazing. If you've ever flown on an international airline, let me know if you've noticed a difference in the flight attendants, in the professionalism, and the way they carry themselves, the service, and the overall experience of your flight. I just feel like is so much more elevated. I know that every airline has different requirements for the professionalism and service, but this is just what I've noticed the last 5 years of flying. This flight honestly didn't even seem that long. I slept for a few hours and I ended up buying the Wi-Fi package just so I could be on my phone. We were served 2 hot meals and a couple of snacks in between, and I normally don't pick a window seat on this long of a flight, but this was the only thing available. I usually love to pick the aisle because I like to get up and stretch or go to the back and ask for coffee. We landed safely, my bags made it thankfully, and that was my day. Bye.
日本に何度かフライトで来ると、皆が口を揃えている言葉があります。それは、日本のコンビニが最強。みんな宗教に入ったかのように日本のコンビニを信仰しだすんですよ。ライスせんべい、お餅ドーナツ、卵サラダサンドイッチ、セブンのパンケーキ、ファミチキ、ローソンのチキン。滞在中にみんな美味しいものを全部食べてる感じです。
Romanticizing my job so I don't crash out. Today we're off to Narita, Japan. We landed in the afternoon and kind of just hit the ground running. As we got into town, we realized it was cherry blossom season. Stopped to admire them for a bit before heading over to lunch. Had sushi at this place my crew member recommended, and it's become one of my new favorites in town. The place was so fun. They had a conveyor belt. They made everything in front of you, and everything just tasted so fresh. The staff was great. No notes, definitely going back. And I headed over to one of the most overstimulating stores you could possibly think of. Overstimulating for good reason, I think. I don't know. They just have some of the best Japanese beauty products. And not to be that girl, but I do buy my shampoo and conditioner from Japan, so I had to stock up. I think here was only like $50. Can't beat it. Love it. So overstimulated, had to go home, go straight to bed. And I don't know what it is, but without fail, every time I go to Japan, I wake up in the middle of the night. If you know me, you know I have no problem sleeping through my other layovers. But with Japan, I've just made it a tradition at this point to go to 7-Eleven and get myself some breakfast, because it's really the only thing open at 4 a.m. If you are gonna grab one thing from 7-Eleven, let it be those Japanese pancakes. Seriously, grab like 10 for my bag for the flight home. At that point, it was like 5 a.m. I just started my morning with a gym sesh. There's truly nothing better than an empty hotel gym. I prefer over my normal gym membership. Got ready really quick and headed into the small town in Narita. At this point, it was time for more caffeine, so I stopped at one of my favorite cafes. The place is so cute, and they always make cute little pictures in your drinks. This time I got a cat, and I love her. Matcha's really good too. At this point, the rest of the city was finally waking up, so I headed over to Omotesando Street. It's just a road with a bunch of culture, fun shops. Ended up going to this one where you can get customizable chopsticks, and I got my name on one of them. Wrapped it up all nice for me, then I headed down to the temple. This place is gorgeous, and I make it a point to go every time I go. It's just so relaxing, and this time they had the Japanese cherry blossoms, which made it even better. When I say I go to Japan for the culture, I mean the cats, obviously. I spent like an hour walking around petting all of them. Spent most of the afternoon there before heading back to the hotel, and it was time to get ready for work. Bye.
Come with us for a sleepover in Tokyo. Something you don't know about flight attendants is that we are always hella exhausted. So yes, we almost missed the last train and we also got busted for buying the wrong ticket. Actually, the guy soon understood that we are a bunch of lost foreigners and he just let it go. So kind. We literally fell asleep on the train because we didn't even rest after the flight as we decided to rent a capsule in Shinjuku. And no regrets, because oh my god, just look around. We were so happy and chatty, basically living la vida loca. All of this capsule hotel is cheap in the middle of Shinjuku. They will give you towels, pajamas, slippers, toothbrush and paste. The place was super clean and the staff were super lovely. We were starving, so we went out to eat something, and to be honest, completely honest, Japanese ramen isn't for me and most food is a bit bland for my taste. First we passed by Don Quixote and left our entire salary there. Now it's time to sleep. It was like 2 a.m. and we needed to wake up by 7 a.m. The capsule was so spacious. I'm like 175 for reference and it was perfect for me. I don't know, how did we manage to get up? It's crazy, like I don't know. And look guys, how beautiful the view. I can't believe we found the perfect hotel. Yeah, I also can't believe I chose that as an outfit for Japan. Like come on, I don't know what was I thinking. And I also took my cabin bag with me because I knew I'm gonna shop a lot. I'm not trying to be rude, but I honestly think that Shinjuku Street is just a street. I don't understand the hype. This one is called Japanese pasta and it was so freaking delicious. Finally, like I found something I liked food-wise. Overall, I think Japan Japan is so beautiful, so clean. People are kind. It's not a cap. We are in Japan. Of course, you have to capture some of the memories. We had so much fun doing it, and then ended up fighting who's gonna keep the photo. If you are curious about cabin crew life, vlogs, travel, beauty, then make sure to follow me.
Good morning from Tokyo. I'm here on my layover. We got here last night actually, and I didn't do anything crazy. I just had dinner and I went to Uniqlo, bopped around a few convenience stores, and that's about it. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys how it looks like from my hotel room. This is the foliage right now in Tokyo if you're visiting. I made it to Aoyama. I'm here to go to this park called Meiji Jingu. I know there's a shrine, but this is just the park where you can see the foliage. I just googled where the best place is to see the foliage in Tokyo, and this so happened to be very close to our hotel. So I'm so excited. It is a little bit overcast and it's kind of chilly, but honestly, coming from the summer, I am still enjoying this weather. So pretty. The real challenge is going to find somebody who would be okay to take my photo. I just need one good photo and I'm gonna head out my way. Wow, look at how pretty it is. Okay, I'm so happy because I was able to take some nice photos on my own. I just set my camera on a random pole and then I had some few decent ones. And then this guy passed by me and saw me doing it all on my own. So he offered to take my photo, which turned out really nice. And now I'm heading out and going to Ginza area to go to Atelier Matcha. Made it here to Atelier Matcha. The line is actually not that long, but I still have to wait for a little bit. Right now I'm at the convenience here in Boston. I'm trying to get something that I can eat for lunch during the flight. So I'm just deciding on what ingredient I want to bring. I think I want to bring a Boston chicken fillet as well. That one is as good as the pavishiki. These are my options. And also I'm going to bring home some snacks that I could eat later on at home. I don't have a favorite konbini. I think each one is equally good, but Lawson has their own mochi section, which you know what is actually, I think it's elite. I just finished my konbini run, and right now I'm walking for 8 minutes. I'm gonna head to this tonkatsu place that has been on my list for a while now. I actually didn't think that I'd be able to dine in there today because it has a line, but I have time to spare today.
I walked 14 miles on my first day of my layover in Tokyo, Japan, and here's how it went. We love our international hotel breakfast. They always serve the best food. For our first stop, Jalen really wanted to see the Godzilla. We went to an observatory where we overlooked all of Tokyo, which I had no idea that over 37 million people lived here. What I noticed about Tokyo is the city is super clean and the people are so nice and so polite and so respectful. For dinner, we wanted to find a good sushi spot, and Jalen found this revolving sushi bar. I thought it was a really good price for 5 people and all you can eat sushi. Our total was about $70. Then we thought we were smart enough to figure out the Tokyo train system, but we actually ended up getting lost. Go to part 2 to see what happens next. Come work to Tokyo with me. I had a 9:15 a.m. check-in for a 10:30 flight from SFO to Haneda. I was working the 777-200 and I was business class galley again. I loved this position on this plane, so I was very happy about that. After an 11.5-hour flight, we landed in Tokyo around 2 p.m. After a quick van ride to the hotel, I got to my room and unpacked, did my room routine. I showered and charged my phone for a bit while I figured out what I wanted to do. About an hour later, I changed and walked to the train station to take me to Ginza. Ginza is a neighborhood in Tokyo famous for its shopping. I found a shopping mall called Ginza 6 where I stopped inside this matcha shop called Nakamura Tokichi. I got their special matcha parfait, which was amazing. I couldn't tell you half the things in it, but there were so many fun textures and the flavor combination was so good. I did a little shopping at Uniqlo and Aesop before taking the train to Shibuya. I walked through the Shibuya crossing, which is famous for being one of the busiest traffic intersections in the whole world. I was getting hungry again, so I found a nearby ramen store and got a bowl of tonkatsu ramen. I love ramen, and even the cheap places in Japan are such great quality. I ended the night with a Don Quixote run and then eating a coolish back in my room. My morning started off early by taking the train to the Tsukiji fish market. I've been here before and I wasn't too hungry, but I did want to try a few new things. I got a huge piece of grilled unagi, which is eel, and it was great, and a piece of expensive but beautiful melon. From there, I walked to a store called Matcha Atelier. Japan is going through a matcha shortage, so there was this huge line that built up while we were waiting. This place only sells 25 tins a day with a 2-person limit. Luckily, I was 4th in line, so I knew I'd be able to buy some tins. When it finally opened, I bought my 2 tins of matcha and got 2 things to eat here, a matcha latte and a peach matcha dessert. Then, I met my friend Jose, who's an LAX-based flight attendant. He also had a layover here. We used to be classmates and roommates, and we met at the Onitsuka Tiger store, and we went to the grocery store together. We didn't have much time before my van pickup, but it was so nice to see each other. I love seeing my friends all over the world. My layover ended by rushing to get ready for van pickup, but I made it down with plenty of time.
Welcome to a day in my life as a flight attendant. So I didn't get to film anything getting ready because I picked this trip up last minute and had to rush, but today we are going from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas over to Tokyo, Japan. So we worked a 13.5-hour flight over, and then once we got there, we deplaned everybody and then cleared customs, and then got on the shuttle to head over to the hotel. And I wasted no time before getting dressed to go get some dinner. I didn't do anything extravagant because I was so exhausted after the flight, so I just went over to Family Mart and grabbed an egg salad sandwich, and then I went to sleep. And the next day, I forgot I didn't show you the hotel room, so here's like a quick little view after I already slept in it. And when you walk over, you can see the view out the window, but I wanted to waste no time at all, so I immediately got ready so I could start my day super early, and I wanted to do something different, so I decided to go over to the Hiei Shrine, which I hope I'm saying that correctly, and there is a lovely temple that's there, and you can like cleanse your hands before, but the architecture and the detail of this temple is absolutely beautiful, and just the ambiance is so breathtaking. There are certain areas you can't film, but I tried to do as much as I could, but this is actually why I really wanted to go, and it's to see the 1,000 tories, which this is so cool to go down. And then after that, it was finally time to do a little bit of shopping, so I had to go to one of my favorites, Don Quixote, and stock up on a couple of things. Now, if you've never been to Don Quixote, they're absolutely massive, so give yourself some time to shop around. And then I went over to one of my favorite little markets to pick up some breakfast, which also ended up being lunch. This one's really cool because they have people that cook meals in front of you. But after I ate, I decided to take the public transportation over to the Shibuya Harajuku area because there is a tattoo shop that I really wanted to get some stuff from, and it is called the Three Tides Tattoo Shop, and they have some really, really cool Japanese style clothing and goods. So I picked up some stuff for my husband and I, but then I had to head back over to the hotel to start getting ready to work and got dressed, and then we took the shuttle over to the Haneda airport where we were going to have another completely full flight, and this one ended up being 11.5-hour flight back over to Dallas, and then once we landed, we cleared customs, and it was time to finally go home.
いかがだったでしょうか。秋葉原のゲームセンター、渋谷スクランブル交差点、コンビニ、自販機、回転寿司、カプセルホテル、神社、もう全部行きたくなってきましたよね。笑い。日本人の皆さんが当たり前に思ってることが、世界から見るとこんなに特別なんだって、改めて感じていただけたんじゃないかなと思います。私もまたいつか絶対に東京に行きます。動画が面白かったと思ったら、チャンネル登録と高評価をよろしくお願いします。コメント欄に、あなたが行ってみたい東京のスポットも書いてもらえたら嬉しいです。また次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。